We have breaking news in Harbor Gateway, a police pursuit.
And Stu Mandela is live overhead in Sky 2. Stu.
Pat, Paul, very dangerous pursuit. Not that we never have a dangerous pursuit, but this one extremely high speeds on surface streets. This is going to be, they're just past 120th Street. We're northbound on Vermont. This car running a lot of red lights this afternoon, weaving his way in and out of traffic. The original want on this vehicle is speed. The people chasing it right now, the law enforcement, that's going to be California Highway Patrol. We're just getting over the 105 freeway. Looks like he's going to be making a maneuver here. It looks like he's going to try to get onto the 105 freeway. 105 westbound is what it looks like right now. You can see the number of officers behind there. These are all California Highway Patrol. He has been through many different districts of law enforcement areas, LAPD, sheriff's area, and etc. They have not relinquished a pursuit at any time. California Highway Patrol staying behind this person. You can see that car moving at very high speeds, all blacked out windows. Original want was going to be speed, and he's definitely been speeding at least since we've been overhead. Now the car does come out of a registration out of the Compton area. Has been in the Compton area a couple of times, but never kind of stays over there. Right now it looks like we're using the right lane here to pass vehicles, and you got to figure these guys down there probably doing a little better than speed limit, so about 70. This guy blowing by these people, so they're going about 80 miles an hour. Very dangerous situation for all the public at large. We know that the California Highway Patrol does have one helicopter overhead. There was a sheriff ship here earlier, but they relinquished it. The sheriff ship gave it to the California Highway Patrol, and they're the ones watching this right now. 75 miles an hour. We're westbound 105 approaching Crenshaw. Look at this, using the emergency lane almost this entire trip that we've been on the freeway.
You know, that's really a dangerous situation because all that debris collects in that lane, could blow his tires out, he could lose control of the vehicle and injure somebody else.
Well, he just did something there, Paul and Stu, that was pretty wild and dangerous, crossing all four lanes of the freeway. Where is he going now, Stu?
We are still going to be westbound right now. We passed Crenshaw. That was the major that we just crossed right there. And crazy maneuver that he did there. Went through that gore point. Look at this, coming up on a bus there, pushing his way out of the carpool lane. Very, very dangerous stuff. You got to kind of wonder what these people that are driving around it. I mean, it is Los Angeles. We kind of see this kind of driving a lot, maybe more than we should. But this guy, very dangerous. He's trying to elude officers. Moving along here. He's getting back over onto that right lane, and that's what he seems to be preferencing. Right now, working his way back to the middle, westbound 105 freeway. We're going to be coming up on the LAX area here pretty soon. Sky 2 might have a little bit of an issue. This is a very busy airspace, and they might not allow us to follow along, but we're going to stay with it with the camera as much as we can. And we can see, though, this guy's still moving very, very fast. Next one is going to be 405. And vehicles, they're telling right now 80 miles an hour plus. That's what we're hearing from the ground units right now. And you can see this. It looks like he's actually speeding up.
How far back are the ground units, Stu?
They are quite a bit behind there, Paul. You know, those officers, they're trained to drive at high speeds. You can see that one right there just entering the right side of the screen. So that's a good probably eighth of a mile behind there. They do know that there is a helicopter overhead, and that helicopter is keeping an eye on it. We're basically staying. It looks like he's not going to be taking the 405. He's committed to the 105. Right now, just passing over the 405 freeway, extremely high speeds. Looks like we're going to be heading into the LAX area right now. Looks like we're exiting. We're going to be exiting. It looks like this is going to be Imperial, La Cienega. Excuse me, La Cienega. There's some. It's going to be a little trouble right here, keeping an eye on him, but he's got to come out there. Whoa! Look at that sharp turn. Making his way. Looks like he's making his way back the other way. I believe that's going to be Imperial. And again, we're going to keep an eye on it best we can up here. Maneuverability a little bit hindered out here because of LAX's airspace, but we're going to keep an eye on him here. There he is underneath the bridge. Going to keep an eye on him, see where he's going. The California Highway Patrol right there behind him. I was just going to say the officer said he's right behind him, so there he is, and it's continuing now. It looks like we're going to be continuing eastbound. California Highway Patrol getting this chance to get up next to him, possibly. Whoa! Look at that! Look at
that
that wasn't a pit at all. That guy just basically tagged him right there. You can see hands in the air. This guy basically just giving up right off the bat. What a maneuver there by California Highway Patrol. They wanted to bring this thing to an end. You saw that. The officer not injured in that. It's probably a good thump. That car has stopped. That person inside, the driver, gesturing with hands in the air. We can see that part. Door does seem to be jammed, but officers out here, this car not stopped yet. That suspect is still inside there. That possibility this car could move. Very dangerous for those officers right now walking around it like that, but it does seem like this is going to be coming to an end here very shortly. We're on Imperial Highway, right by the 105, 405 overpass. You can see officers right now taking this person into custody. It's all, whoa, the car not in park. That's what we were worried about right there. But now this person definitely being taken into custody.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, when we were talking about how we were discerning what this person was wanted for in the first place, and you said speeding, Sue, and from what we understand, this guy almost hit a CHP officer. Well, I guess one good turn deserves another, because he was certainly bumped by that CHP vehicle right there.
You don't see that very often, you know. I mean, they decided, you know, this is going to come to a conclusion, and here you go.
CHP, they wanted to shut it down, and they seem to be more willing or able to do that. Maybe it's those new vehicles that they have, but they certainly have put an end to this situation, and good they did. That's a very busy area right now at this time of day.
Yeah.
Very busy.
Stu.
That person now in custody.
All right.
Thank you, Pat and Paul.
Stu, thank you. Always appreciate it. Job well done.
All right. That's 10-4.
Yep.
Well, moving on here.